Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes the person who loves you the most is the one who seems to ignore you the most. Why? Because love isn't always about constant attention, it's about balance. Let me break it down for you. Sometimes the person who loves you the most seems to ignore you the most. This paradox can be confusing and frustrating, but it's important to understand the deeper meaning behind such behavior. Love isn't always expressed through constant attention or communication. In many cases, it's expressed through trust, respect, and the ability to give space when needed. People who truly care for you often have their own struggles, responsibilities, and goals. They might be dealing with challenges that require their full attention, making them appear distant. This doesn't mean their love for you is any less real or significant. They may be working hard to secure a better future for both of you, focusing on their career or dealing with personal issues. Their moments of silence or absence can reflect their belief in your understanding and the strength of your relationship. Love thrives on balance. Constant attention can sometimes feel suffocating, while neglect can lead to feelings of insecurity. But a healthy relationship finds a middle ground where both partners can pursue their individual lives while maintaining a strong bond. When someone who loves you seems to ignore you, it could be their way of managing this balance. They may trust you enough to believe that you don't need constant reminders of their affection. This trust is a powerful sign of love, even if it feels like distance. It's essential to look beyond appearances. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to assume that love requires daily affirmations, constant texting, or being together all the time. Social media often paints a picture of perfect relationships where couples are inseparable. But real love doesn't work that way. Real love isn't about broadcasting your affection to the world. It's about a deep, unspoken connection that withstands the test of time and distance. The person who loves you a lot might also have a personality or communication style that differs from yours. Some people are naturally more reserved, preferring to show their love through actions rather than words. They might prioritize quality over quantity, offering their time and attention in meaningful ways rather than constant interactions. This doesn't make their love any less valid. It simply means they express it differently. Love is also about respecting boundaries. When someone who loves you appears to be ignoring you, they might be giving you the space you need to grow as an individual. Healthy relationships allow for independence and personal development. Clinging too tightly to someone can hinder both people involved. Love that gives space is love that values personal freedom and trusts in the strength of the connection. It's important to recognize that people who love deeply often experience vulnerability. Love makes us emotionally exposed, and some people cope with this vulnerability by pulling back. They might fear being hurt or rejected, even if their love is genuine. This can make them seem distant at times, but it's not a reflection of their feelings for you. Instead, it's a defense mechanism to protect themselves while they navigate their emotions. Silence or distance from someone who loves you could also be a test of the relationship's foundation. It's easy to feel love when someone is constantly present, but real love shines through during the quiet moments. The strength of a relationship is revealed in how both partners handle these periods of silence. Do you trust each other enough to weather these times, or do doubts and insecurities creep in? It's equally important to consider your role in the dynamic. If you feel ignored, take a moment to reflect on your expectations and how you communicate them. Have you expressed your needs clearly, or are you relying on them to guess what you want? Relationships thrive on open communication, and misunderstandings can arise when one partner assumes the other knows what they need. Patience is a key ingredient in love. The person who loves you might be navigating challenges that you're unaware of. Life is complex and everyone has their own battles to fight. Being patient and understanding during these moments can strengthen your bond. It shows that your love isn't dependent on constant attention, but is rooted in mutual respect and trust. It's natural to crave attention from someone you love. After all, love is about connection and intimacy. But it's also about maturity and the ability to see beyond immediate gratification. True love isn't needy, it's secure. It recognizes that moments of distance are temporary and don't define the relationship. The next time you feel ignored by someone who loves you, take a step back and consider the bigger picture. Are they dealing with something that requires their focus? Are they expressing their love in a way that's different from what you're expecting? Are they trusting you to understand their silence? These questions can help you see their behavior in a new light and appreciate the depth of their feelings for you. Love is a complex, multifaceted emotion. It doesn't always look the way we expect, but that doesn't make it any less real or valuable. The person who loves you might seem to ignore you, but their love can still be present in the quiet ways they support and believe in you. Recognizing and appreciating these subtle expressions of love can lead to a deeper, more fulfilling connection. Love isn't always about grand gestures or constant attention. Sometimes it's revealed in the quieter moments and subtle actions. One of the most misunderstood aspects of love is the idea that silence or distance equals indifference. In reality, it's often the opposite. True love is deep and enduring, and its strength lies in trust, patience, and understanding rather than continuous validation. When someone loves you deeply, they don't always feel the need to express it with words or constant communication. This is because their love is grounded in trust. They trust that you understand their feelings, even in moments of silence. They trust that their occasional distance won't make you doubt their commitment. In many ways, love that doesn't demand attention all the time is a more secure and mature kind of love. It's not love based on insecurity or the need to constantly prove itself. It's love that believes in the bond you share. However, when someone who loves you seems to ignore you, it's easy to feel confused or even hurt. This is natural as humans crave connection and reassurance. But it's important to remember that love is about more than constant affirmation. The person who loves you might be dealing with their own challenges, personal struggles, or responsibilities. They might be focusing on their career, their goals, or other aspects of their life that ultimately benefit the relationship. Their apparent distance isn't a lack of love, but rather a sign of their trust in the strength of your bond. Love often requires balance, and this balance includes respecting each other's independence. Healthy relationships allow both partners to grow as individuals. When someone gives you space, it's often a sign of their respect for your autonomy. They know that for love to thrive, both people need room to pursue their passions and interests. By giving you that space, they show they trust you to maintain the relationship's foundation even when they're not constantly present. It's also worth considering that people express love in different ways. Some are more verbal and affectionate, while others prefer to show their love through actions. For some, love is about being there during difficult times, supporting you in ways that aren't always visible. They may not always text or call, but when you need them, they're the first to show up. This kind of love isn't about constant reminders, it's about reliability and depth. Another reason someone who loves you might seem distant is their own emotional vulnerability. Love makes people emotionally exposed, and not everyone knows how to handle this. Some people pull back because they fear being hurt or rejected. Their distance isn't a lack of affection, but a way of protecting themselves while they navigate their feelings. This doesn't make their love any less real. It simply means they're human, dealing with the complexities of emotions in their own way. Relationships are also a two-way street. If you feel ignored, it's important to reflect on your own expectations and how you communicate them. Have you clearly expressed your needs, or are you assuming the other person understands what you want without saying it? Miscommunication can lead to feelings of neglect, even when the love is strong. Open dialogue about expectations and needs is crucial for any relationship to thrive. Patience plays a significant role in love. The person who loves you may be dealing with challenges you're unaware of. They could be focusing on their personal growth or trying to overcome obstacles that aren't immediately visible to you. By showing patience and understanding during these times, you demonstrate your commitment to the relationship. This patience can strengthen your bond as it proves your love isn't dependent on constant attention, but is rooted in mutual respect and trust. It's natural to want validation from someone you love, but real love goes beyond immediate gratification. True love is secure and doesn't require constant reassurance. It recognizes that temporary distance or silence is not a reflection of the relationship's strength. Instead, it's an opportunity to trust and grow together. The person who loves you a lot may sometimes seem to ignore you, but this doesn't diminish the depth of their feelings. Their love is often shown in ways that aren't immediately obvious, but become clear when you look beyond surface level actions. They might not always say the words, but they'll show their love through their support, reliability, and belief in you. Understanding and appreciating these subtler expressions of love can lead to a more fulfilling and meaningful relationship. In the end, love is not always about constant communication or grand displays of affection. It's about trust, patience, and understanding the deeper ways people express their feelings. When someone who loves you seems distant or inattentive, it often reflects their faith in the relationship and their respect for your independence. True love is steady and enduring, showing itself in actions rather than mere words. By appreciating these subtler signs of love and maintaining open communication, you can build a connection that is both meaningful and resilient.